I said you better watch what you're doing, 'cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it. And I could go all night, I'm sick of being nothing. All right, I'm gonna be something. I'll fight with every breath, trust me. I'ma be the one at the top, you can't touch me. I bleed with every word coming. I would rather die than be someone who's nothing. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who could really make changes, 'cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is fucking heinous, 'cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fucking dangerous.
You are absolutely right. The way he went about it was absolutely wrong. Like, so, like I said, I'm not
of my Jewish hatred that actually goes. Other than the fact that why are y'all popping out of the sewers in New York City?
Annunciation Catholic Church. You couldn't call it pronounced Catholic Church?
Yeah, pronounce the Catholic.
Person. When you add a line here in the middle, like that, it means big line in the middle plus short line here. Now it means fat line in the middle, and now short line not here but here on this side, like that. Now it means dog. Now two lines, one on the top and the second one in the middle, like that. Now it means heaven. One on the top and the second one in the middle, heaven, plus short line here, like that. Now it means arrow. Now two lines again, but now in the middle, not on the top, in the middle. Now it means husband. Two line in the middle, like that, husband, plus short line here again. Now it means lose. Now for this person, two short lines, first one on this side like that, and the second one on the other side like that. Now it means fire. Fire and fire again. Now it means flame. And finally, we're gonna put this person in jail like that. Now it means prisoner. Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry. I don't want to have to be a fucking artist to talk to you. I can't do it. But I will say this. Why in the fuck? And that, you remember that movie, what was it? Arrival? Where those squid aliens come down and they start squirting fucking images on the screen and they figure out that's the language of it. Why the fuck didn't you use the Japanese people at that point then? Wouldn't that be the best thing to fucking do? They already understand that this is picture language. I like how he just puts the dude in jail and he's like, thank you. That shit is great. How y'all doing tonight? Of course, I'm alone with this one. Davey's still at work. So, yeah. But how y'all doing tonight? Hi, Jen. Tacos. What up, Mr. Scott? How you doing? We got Jennifer in the house with us. Jonathan's here. Yeah, they killed Davey. They got him. They got his ass today. But anyway, I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to point out, let's go to the live screen here. This one right here. We got the Artemis 2 mission going on. I got it muted right now, but I'm going to keep this live in the corner. And they're going to have a continuous stream of this, right? It's not going to cut from the command center until they get back. And they are in our hands as far as that goes. But yeah, I'm going to have this as we go along with everything. As our streams, we do our streams. I'm going to have this up in the corner here so everybody can watch this and see what's going on with it. But yeah, that's even probably going to be on the Stupid's Play as well. And so let me go ahead and just shove that in the corner for y'all right here. Yeah, we'll keep that up there nice and tidy. Yeah, that's it. All right. I do want to say this, ladies and gentlemen. We had a fighter shot down over Iran. All right, now this fighter was an F-15, and it was a two-seater, two-person system. At this point, one has been found, and the other one they're still searching for. But let's get into this. What's up? What's going on, Ken? How you doing?
This is an ABC News special report.
Hi, I'm Diane Macedo. We are coming on the air with breaking news. A U.S. official confirms to ABC News that it appears a U.S. fighter jet has been shot down by Iran. Now a search and rescue operations underway. Let's get to our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz. Martha, what do we know so far?
Well, Diane, what we do know is this was a two-seater aircraft. The pilot would be in front, the weapons systems officer would be in back, and this would be a very dramatic and very dangerous rescue. Iran's Revolutionary Guard saying that Iranian forces had shot down the U.S. fighter overnight, with Iranian state media releasing images of the wreckage of a jet and of an intact ejection seat. The IRGC said it was an F-35. But from the images that we do believe are credible but have not independently verified, it looks like an Air Force F-15. Now, U.S. pilots are trained in what is called SEER if they are shot down or have to eject over enemy territory. SEER stands for Survive, Evade, Resist, and Escape. The pilots, the navigator, of course, know that Iranians would be looking for them. In fact, Iran put out a message to shoot the pilots if they were found, and a reward was being offered. Later, they said if they are found alive. This comes after President Trump claimed in his speech on Wednesday night that the Iranians have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. The president saying we are unstoppable as a military force. But again,
turn it off to crew all good. Third bailed over Kuwait. Oh, I'm just going through the whole story here with it, dude.
This is a
as far as what I've got right now.
Mission, Diane.
And I want to bring in ABC News military analyst and former Marine Corps fighter pilot, Colonel Steve Ganyard. Colonel Ganyard, what's the protocol when a plane like this is shot down, and how dangerous is that?
Then, as Martha noted, all tactical pilots are trained in search and rescue evasion techniques, and so they know what to do. They have equipment that will help the rescue forces find them. We're seeing some extraordinary pictures coming out of Iran that appear to be credible, showing U.S. Air Force combat search and rescue C-130s and Blackhawks at low altitude searching for these crews. So they've got the best of the best out there looking for them, and hopefully that this has a happy ending.
And ABC's Selena Wang is at the White House. Selena, what challenges does this pose for the president?
Well, this certainly creates both a military and a diplomatic challenge for President Trump, as you heard Martha just say. In the president's first primetime address since this war began, the president repeatedly touted how the U.S. military and its prowess has decimated the Iranian regime as well as its military, saying they have no Navy, they have no Air Force, that they have no anti-aircraft equipment. But what we have seen is, despite this sustained, continued U.S. military assault, Iran has maintained the ability to maneuver and to hit back. And so far, when we talk about the impact on U.S. troops in this war, there have been 13 U.S. troops killed so far, 348 troops who have been wounded so far in this conflict. And it also comes as the American people have been waiting to hear more from the president about how all of this could end. The president has said that there will be another 2 to 3 weeks of intense bombing. At the same time, he has said that this conflict, this military operation, is nearing its end.
And ABC's Britt Clennett is in Jerusalem. Britt, what more?
I mean, is it though? They just shut down a fucking plane. Yeah, they were supposed to be decimated though. That is a good question. What happened though? Probably just some fringe group that had shot them with a rocket or something. I don't fucking know just yet.
What are you hearing from the region?
Well, more intense
I'm going to be honest, I
exchanges
didn't
of
follow
fire
the story
today with
today.
no sign of the fighting abating. That's despite, as Selena was saying, you know, President Trump saying that they could finish the job in another 2 or 3 weeks. We're talking 13 U.S. service members killed already, more than 300 wounded since this war began 5 weeks ago, including an attack on a Saudi air base and during a refueling mission. The Israeli death toll, it stands at 19 civilians, 10 soldiers, 4 Palestinians killed in the West Bank. The death toll in Iran at more than 3,500 and injured nearly 100. That's according to local officials there. But certainly, you know, this is adding to the unpopularity of this war, not just at home, but abroad. Trump saying that the U.S. hasn't even started destroying what's left in Iran. Certainly, even the allies are showing growing frustration.
And Martha, I know you'll be watching this closely to see how it plays out. What could this mean for the trajectory of this war now?
Wait, what allies are you fucking talking about here? The Saudis or the Israelis? I mean, what allies are you fucking talking about? Weren't they supposed to have one of the most impregnable countries because you would have to go through the air and they had air dominance? I mean, shit, we were flying fucking B-52s over their fucking heads. And then all of a sudden this happens. Maybe there is something still left that we have to take out, but we're going to have to do it fucking quickly if you want to stay in there, because I don't want this to be another fucking forever goddamn war. Be done with it. Get it done. Get it taken care of. I don't want to hear shit about Iran anymore. But
well, I think we have to keep a close eye on this rescue mission, and we are all hoping and praying that the pilot and the navigator, the weapons systems officer, are okay. They did eject separately. That is how that works, within milliseconds of one another. So they are not necessarily right by each other, but certainly in the same vicinity. But this could really put a lot of pressure on the Pentagon and the American public if something happens here. Diane.
Right. Martha, Steve, Selena, Britt, thank you all. Again, a U.S. fighter jet shot down in Iran. A search and rescue mission now
what
underway.
The fuck is
we are
playing
going
here?
to
Hold
return
on.
to your
field deflects much of the sun's radiation.
Oh, okay.
The explosions were so powerful that intense radiation disrupted TV signals and caused radio blackouts. So what if you were outside Earth's
This was supposed to be their whole fucking broadcast with that, but
astronauts face the risk of extreme.
I guess they got a line of sight problem again. But loss of signal, LOS, would be loss of signal for them. But yeah. All right. So apparently there was a fighter pilot that was, or a jet that was shot down. Both the pilots were missing, or both the crew were missing. One was a pilot, one was the weapons officer. But yeah. It looks like roughly around, about 10:10. Updated April 3rd at 4:06 p.m. They actually found one of the pilots. Check this out.
Has learned that one American pilot was rescued by the U.S. military after an F-15 U.S. fighter jet was shot down over Iran. And that pilot who was rescued is still, in fact, alive. That is according to a U.S. official. Another American pilot is still, though, unaccounted for. I want to bring in our senior national security correspondent, Courtney Cuba, who's standing by for us. Courtney, this is a fast-moving story here. What are we learning?
Yeah, so at this point, it's literally developing minute by minute. According to a U.S. official, it does appear that this F-15E, it's often known as a Strike Eagle, that it was shot down by Iran. It's deep inside of Iranian territory. The two pilots are believed to have ejected from that aircraft. And as you mentioned, we now know, according to a U.S. official, that at least one of those individuals has been recovered alive. We don't know anything else about that person's condition. Search and rescue efforts remain underway right now. Now, what's standard in a case like this, the U.S. has gone to war in Iran. In advance of a big military action like this, the U.S. would generally put forward in the region something known as a personnel recovery team. In this case, most likely, just given the operational tempo and the size of this war, they would have put multiple personnel recovery teams. And they are on a constant standby while the U.S. is flying any kind of combat missions like this, so that if there is something that happens where U.S. Service members go down essentially behind enemy
credits.
enemy lines, they can respond immediately to go in and try to find those individuals. Now, this is the first time that we know about that a manned aircraft has gone down inside Iran as part of this war. And it's significant, Yasmin, and that is because it dispels this idea that the U.S. has complete and total autonomy or control over the airspace over Iran right now. While
I mean, not really. From what Jonah's saying, automated heat-seeking missile and artillery launcher a little bit bigger than a shoulder-firing system. They were flying too low and slow for a Mach 2 jet over sparse area and had no time to maneuver or launch any countermeasures. Wouldn't that be pilot error then? Do we have complete dominance if we can't do that? I'd still say yes. We're flying fucking B-52s. Defenseless motherfuckers over their skies. Come on. My plane is late to Iran.
they may have largely control over it. That doesn't mean that it is not a dangerous mission for U.S. men and women who are flying over there. There are hundreds of targets that they are still striking every single day. That is manned and unmanned. But we know that in recent days, the U.S. has really upped the number of bomber runs. So obviously manned bomber fighters, aircraft that have been flying over Iran. It still remains an extremely dangerous mission for them, Yaz.
Yeah, it's a good point. We have heard repeatedly from Secretary of Defense Hegseth, along with the president as well, that the U.S. has complete and total control over the airspace within Iran. And now seeing the downing of this F-15 fighter jet certainly speaks to a different perspective as to this ongoing war. Court, do we have any reporting as to whether or not this individual,
cocky,
this fighter pilot, is actually still inside Iran and safe, or has he left Iran?
We don't. That's one of the questions that we're trying to figure out, is if they've actually gotten the individual out of the air.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point, Mr. Scott. There is a difference, air dominance and air superiority. I don't think we have air dominance. We have totally different sources. You have a point. I mean, if you're dominant, then nothing would take you down. Superiority means you are overwhelming force in that area. So, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough, then. We do have air superiority, but not dominance. Good enough. Sugar is a yeast infection?
Space and presumably to some sort of medical attention, and we don't know that quite yet. I mean, the situation remains very sensitive because obviously if the U.S. is looking for this second pilot, Iran is probably looking as well. And so right now it is really a race against time to see who can find that person first and hopefully find them alive and get them to safety and some sort of medical attention, anything that they may need to try to take care of them. But at this point, we just don't know. We keep waiting for more information out of the U.S. military, but the hours are just grinding on without a lot of detail.
Courtney, what are you learning?
Okay. All right, so we got one of them. Again, a search ongoing for second crew member after Iran downs U.S. fighter jet.
All right, I want to bring back CBS News senior foreign correspondent Elizabeth Palmer live for us in Tel Aviv. Elizabeth, what do we know about the situation with this downed fighter jet?
We're getting a little more detail now. This fighter plane was not only downed, it was actually shot down by Iranian fire. It's believed to have happened over the province of Khuzestan, which is on the Persian Gulf. Shortly after it was shot down, the U.S. military mounted what it calls a combat rescue mission. We did see social media video posted in Iran of American aircraft, including 2 helicopters, flying over Iranian territory. We're told that they successfully rescued the pilot of the fighter plane who had ejected, and there is now a search going on for the second airman, a weapons systems officer. But the problems didn't stop there. Another plane, known as a Warthog, was part of the larger search and rescue mission, and it was hit by enemy fire and crashed, but its pilot ejected over the Persian Gulf. He was rescued, and finally the helicopter, believe it or not, carrying the rescued fighter jet pilot was itself hit by small arms fire, which wounded some of the crew on board, although it was able to land safely, and all those injured are now getting medical care.
Just a volatile situation there, Elizabeth. What can you tell us about the search and rescue operation underway on the ground in Iran for this other crew member?
Well, not a lot. As you can imagine, officials are being very tight-lipped about what's going on. As you can see, it's night here now, so there won't be any visual sightings on the ground. The Israelis have said that they're helping with intelligence, and they've stopped all bombing missions in the area while the search goes on. But there's a lot of urgency because the Iranians are touting this as a big win, and they're also urging people to go out and look for the missing airmen.
Yeah, shut up for a second. I want to hear this.
Is it safer, General, for the weapons officer, for the missing military member, to be missing at night or during the day? I know night vision goggles are very powerful, very strong.
Apparently, they've made contact. So, Navigator makes contact a little later, and the search for him is still ongoing. So, apparently, through encrypted channels, he made contact with us. Hell yeah.
Is it better for them to be missing when it's dark than during the daytime?
Well, Trace, I would love to talk to you about some of these things, but we don't want to give away our tactics and what we try to do to the enemy. Darkness is a place that Western air forces do way better in than our opponents, and I'll just leave it there.
Is it safe?
Agreed. I guarantee you. He will be found in the cover of night before he would be found in the cover of day, because there is a bigger fucking chance the enemy could find him first during the day. We have adopted the ability to see at night. Our enemy has yet to do that. I mean, all you have to do is just go back and look at the raid on Venezuela. I mean, come on. But yeah. So apparently, we have the search is still ongoing here, though.
Reward
for the
that's being
second one,
offered is
I've got
now
nothing
sitting
unless
at
you do.
$100,000, which is big money in Iran.
A reward for finding this missing crew member.
If
by
Trump
the
didn't
people
send
of
out mixed
Iran.
messages, I'd be checking him for fever.
Elizabeth Palmer.
Yes,
thank you so
by
much.
the people in that area.
Thank you.
It was a
All
strike
right, I want to
eagle.
bring in CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi now. Olivia, what is the president saying about the war in Iran?
No, it was an F-15 Strike Eagle. No, those things have been around for a fucking minute. You are right. The Strike Eagle is like a kind of it's a refit kind of situation. And yeah, for as long as they've been in the fucking air, they still
Today.
They're still
Well,
badass.
it's good to see you, Liz. The president has not commented on this specifically. We did hear from Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, who said that the president has been briefed on that F-15 jet and the missing airmen currently in Iran. He has been briefed on that, but we have not heard about the president on that. Instead, we have heard from the president about on the Strait of Hormuz. Earlier this morning on True Social, he wrote, "With a little more time, we can easily open the Hormuz Strait, take the oil, and make a fortune. It would be a gusher for the world."
Hurry the fuck up.
President wrote that. He also said moments
Hurry the fuck up. Because this shit is expensive as fuck. I'm damn near at $4 a gallon. I was already saying, hey, look, it is expensive as shit. But yeah, your taxes, where you're paying this price at, yeah, it's hurting you because of your taxes. And apparently, shit, something's fucking happened. Because it is expensive as fuck again. Hurry the fuck up with this.
ago on True Social, keep the oil, anyone? With another question mark. I find that notable because the president has been saying and level setting with Americans now for about the last week, and then specifically when he gave that primetime address on Wednesday night, that this operation would only take 2 to 3 more weeks, that the U.S. is meeting its strategic objective goals there, destroying the Iranian military and making sure that Iran does not get a nuclear weapon. But it appears now the president is saying there is potential and interest in perhaps looking at the Strait of Hormuz and reopening it and taking the
What
oil.
up,
He
Spud?
has now said that twice today. So certainly very notable there. Certainly we have asked the White House whether that's now a new objective of this military operation in Iran is to take the oil. And we'll have to just keep an eye on that to see whether or not any of the objectives change that the president has laid out for the rationale for this war, especially as Americans at home are facing high gas prices up to and over $4 nationwide now.
Olivia, I want to pivot now to the budget. The president calling for a serious boost to military spending. What do we know about that?
Yeah, the president unveiled his budget today. It's $1.5 trillion for defense. That is more, $455 billion more than it was last year in this proposal. This is also on top of the extra $200 billion that this White House has requested for the
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna be fucking honest with you. It sucks, but we damn sure need it. Apparently, with all the cyber attacks going on, we got the data center that's going down there in the fucking White House right now. We got a whole bunch of shit we need to fucking do. Defense fucking needs it. We are lagging behind. And I'm telling you, we're lagging behind. I do feel like these little drone sightings we see, that nothing happens. They just, oh my God. Oh shit, let's freak the fuck out. I believe it's us. I would do it. If I was the head of the fucking military, I'd be planning these operations right here. I would be doing this just to see if they're fucking ready for a surprise attack. I'd do it. And just to see how you guys respond. And if you're responding fast enough, we'd just be like, hey. Again, just like in New Jersey, that's us. Calm the fuck down. We were just looking at you. You responded nicely. Good job. If you don't respond, fucking shut down a goddamn Air Force base. What the fuck are you doing? You can't control your own damn sky? How the hell did you fail so hard? Yeah, I could see it happening.
Ongoing war in Iran. So a lot of money there. The president asking for more money for defense for the Pentagon while also cutting some programs here at home, namely.
Imagine this. Imagine if New Jersey was a Chinese ship that was shooting out Iranian fucking Shahed drones. Nobody was ready for that shit. What happens? What if, instead of that being us, like, yeah, I know y'all remember that shit. All the drone sightings over New Jersey, everybody freaked the fuck out. And about a month and a half later, after Trump got in, he was like, hey, it's us. Calm the fuck down. And then all of a sudden, we start seeing this shit pop up everywhere. Oh my God. Air Force bases are being looked at here. I mean, if we can pop up a fucking drone, a drone boat right off our shoreline and pump 50 fucking drones in the air and nobody does anything about it, what do you think they could do? So yeah, it would make sense. You just pop up that drone boat, send a couple of waves of fucking, like they were 12 to 15. In that Berkeley one, 12 to 15 fucking drones. Waves of them. Nobody did shit. Yeah, that's a fucking failure. We definitely need to look into that shit. I mean, they were effective as fuck with Ukraine against Russia, right? You think Russia having the Shahed drone capability, China having the Shahed drone capability, Iran having them. There's a lot of countries that have these capabilities now with the Shahed drones. They're like $20,000 fucking dollars a pop. It would not take much to demolish a fucking airbase if you get a drop on them. I'd do it. Keep your asses on your toes. I actually do think that's us.
Some renewable energy projects from the Biden era. Also, any of the funds that they deem to be woke or environmental justice programs that previous administrations had been focused on. This White House is now saying they don't want any part of that and they want to focus instead on defense spending. It's important to note this is really just a wish list, though. Ultimately, Congress controls the purse. It is up to them to decide, but this is the president's recommendation and what he would like to see.
And meantime, Olivia, more turnover in the Trump administration after the president fired Attorney General Pam Bondi.
I don't even care about that. That's a different story altogether. But yeah, apparently they're looking for him. We may catch something before the end of the night. We may not. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll keep a lookout there. You guys keep a lookout too. Let's see how fast we can get these guys home. What's up, Tiffany? How you doing? Again. Okay. But let's get right down to this one here, ladies and gentlemen. MAGA congressman says Americans would become unglued if they heard some of the briefings he gets. Okay. I'm just going to skip this right quick. Let's go straight to this. Hold on.
I don't have the tinfoil hat on just yet, Congressman, but I'm wondering, kind of how you react to that, because you are connected. You're on the UFO subcommittee. I mean, I'm just wondering what you make of that. Have you heard anything like that?
Well, I'm still a member of Congress,
so I can't really comment too much on what Matt said. But I will say this.
Wait, seriously? Are you being serious, or is that tongue in cheek?
I'm being 100% serious. Okay. I've been 100% serious. I've been briefed by just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this. If they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up. You'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it.
I'm going to say this. Timbercheck can be a little bit theatrical at times, but they brought up the Matt Gaetz thing. We're about to talk about that here in a second, but I don't doubt this man. As far as the reports and everything like that, he's gone through with it. I don't doubt this man.
Oh, I'm sick of it. Well, I was briefed. I'll just tell you this. I was briefed last week on an issue, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. And it would have set the earth on this country would have come unglued, I think, if they would have heard all that I heard. They would demand answers. And we need to. But it's never going to get, unfortunately, it just keeps getting covered up, and the people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
Wow. Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of people that have been disappearing here lately. The scientists, researchers. A lot of people have been mysteriously disappearing here lately. Look at that, though. Look at that, guys. I'm going to bring this full screen for a second. That's the Earth right there. Eclipse in the sun. That's the back of the engine there. They're about halfway to the moon. Holy shit. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to keep that up there.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal, and I don't take risks.
I'm glad you said that. I'm speechless, Congressman. We will have you back.
You should be. And I told the president, release it all. And the problem is the people that are around the president don't know and the president doesn't know the questions to ask.
What's up? So let's
a few of us are going to have to get with the president and tell him what he needs to ask and where he needs to look. I mean, we're in meetings and they give addresses and tell locations of items, I'll just say. And the public has a right to know, dadgummit. It's your tax dollars.
Absolutely.
Let's get it out there.
You got my...
I agree. Release what the fuck you have, because, look, he can be a little bit cinematic at times. But I don't doubt anything this man says. I'm going to be honest with you. And the fact that he's like... Now, they mentioned Matt Gaetz, right? Check this. Oh, where was the Matt Gaetz story? Yeah, here we go. I need to push this one back a little bit. Because we got, yeah. Okay. So they mentioned Matt Gaetz. Check this out. Matt Gaetz went on Benny Johnson's show, right? And former Congressman Matt Gaetz says he was briefed about a secret program where aliens were breeding with humans to make a hybrid race.
I think the most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered. And like even some of the briefings that aren't classified
You heard the definitely
just need to be out of the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that.
Sir, suck what?
Non-human biologics, interracial alien mating. What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
I had a guy who was
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can sit here and say, "Oh, this is April Fool's." No, this was on the 31st. This wasn't April Fool's. This was on the 31st.
uniformed. He was a senior enlisted.
I just have to mention once the fuck again. Look at Matt Gaetz. This motherfucker, I swear to God, he's the illegitimate child of Jack Nicholson. There ain't no spitting damn image.
With this in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting, I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans.
Yo, I just thought of something. What was that military program that we had to falsely set up that we had like psychic abilities within our military ranks now? And it scared, I think it was Russia. It scared Russia into actually doing something like that themselves. So in response to that, because we didn't know what one agency was doing, another agency created a program to what was that? What? Goddamn. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up here. What was the program to enhance the psychic? CHIC, whatever, side chick. Psychic ability, PSY, whatever. It'll correct it. God damn it, what was that? Primary program was to investigate and enhancing psychic abilities for Project Stargate. Yeah. Project Stargate was started because Russia had actually, I think it was Russia, had actually started another program doing the exact same thing because they heard a rumor that we spread about us having a psychic program. We started a psychic program because we made a rumor about starting a psychic program. That shit was fucking hilarious. But let's go back here. Where the fuck are we? Here we go.
Of migrants. Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the whistleblower was telling me is that there were like between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened. And what he wanted was a group members of Congress.
Jennifer with the dono, how much money would it take to get you to fuck an alien? You know, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm a guy. It wouldn't have to need me. all you would need is my jizz in a cup. So if you're doing that, if you're breeding with a female alien, wouldn't you just go to a sperm bank? So if people are disappearing and going into this breeding program, wouldn't it be women? How much money would it take to get me to fuck an alien? I don't know. I think that'd be weird as fuck. Depends on what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about something like the Predator, no. Absolutely not. I don't want that bitch's goddamn jaw unhinging. No, that's not a thing. If we're talking about something like, Arrival, these huge ass squid alien things, what am I going to do to that? I'm just going to walk around inside? Like, how is this going to work? But no, I don't know. But it wouldn't be me that they would need. It would be you.
To all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up at like 8 locations.
Hold up now. I'm gonna throw a little bit of credibility to this story. Aren't we still missing something like 300,000 fucking migrant kids? I mean, on their way over here, they're already raped and abused and everything like that. They're going to be used to it now. Aren't they still missing? Hold on now. Are we trafficking into this human-alien hybrid program against people's will just because they came over here illegally? You know how fucked up that would be if that were true? But I can't doubt it, honestly.
At one time, and so that never occurred.
What do you mean non-human biologics? Like this?
Well, that was the testimony of David Grush before the House Oversight Committee, which I joined, and
we listened to that one.
The testimony was that in crashes of craft that had been recovered by the CIA and through a special program that the CIA had for crash recovery, that it wasn't just the hard materials, it was also biologics, but that they couldn't identify a human source of those biologics.
Couldn't identify a human source. Are we talking about like living ship type shit? Or what we talking here? Did you find bodies? The struggle is real, ain't it? She was over here fighting with the bat. I'm sorry, that was just funny to watch. I'm over here trying to talk while I'm watching her struggle with these celery stalks in a bag. Sorry, huh? But yeah, seriously though, what do you mean by this? Now this is true. This is actually fucking true.
There are rumors that have come up to the Hill of a secretive project within the Department of Defense involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetics.
A legit fucking briefing, Mr. Scott. Y'all remember that thing on, what was it, Polymarket or Kalshi or something like that? I think it was Polymarket about will somebody from the U.S. government release information confirming that aliens are real? Somebody needs to watch that shit, because as soon as that spikes, you know full fucking well it's gonna happen. Like seriously, like a couple of days before, you'll see people go into these markets and start making massive ass bids on something that they know is going to happen in just a few days. It's a weird situation with that, but yeah. Let's roll this back, because
there are rumors that have come up to the Hill of a secretive project within the Department of Defense involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetic material, potentially for the enhancement of human capabilities, hybrids. Are any of you familiar with that? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
I am not, ma'am.
I'm not.
No, ma'am.
Most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered. And like even some of the briefings that aren't classified just need to be out in the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual
Come on, do you think the U.S. isn't fucked up enough to actually do that? Let's say all this is actually true for a minute. You don't think humankind is actually fucked up enough to do that? Imagine what China would have done with it. And genetically engineered fucking super soldiers with alien DNA. Or Russia. Or fucking North Korea. Okay, they wouldn't have done shit with it. They're not smart enough. But let's just be honest. Little Rocket Man ain't doing shit anymore, is he? But I'm just saying. Let's suppose all of this is real for a second. I would not put it past our fucking government to be doing that, though. As fucked up as we are, if somebody's gonna do it, why not us? We need to talk to these motherfuckers. What do you... Is it like a telepathic thing? Why would you need a hybrid human alien for it to be... for you to communicate with them? A serious question with that. Would it be like a telepathic communication type system? Or is it some kind of manipulation of the vocal cords or hearing? Or how does this... I got questions, motherfuckers. But yeah. I want y'all to remember this, though. You remember this back in the fucking day? Look, this is January 8th of 2024. 10-foot shadow alien spotted outside a mall in Miami. Police storms the street. Y'all remember this massive-ass presence? And they were just like, oh, kids were fighting with fireworks in the mall there, and we just had the entire fucking state surround the mall.
No sabemos qué está pasando.
Don't need the music. It's gonna fucking hit anyway. I don't care. Y'all remember this shit? People were reportedly freaking out inside the mall because they saw like 10-foot aliens popping out of a fucking store, and then all of a sudden there's this big ass police presence, and oh, it was just kids fighting with fireworks inside the mall. No. What the fuck was this? I mean, it would be very fucking easy for our government to be able to delete or get a hold of and erase all fucking footage of this incident, which is why we don't have anything on camera in an age where everybody films everything. Am I gonna do remote viewing? Dude, you know how much... You don't want me to have that. You don't want me to have that.
Para que sean testigos cuando se produce una llamada a todas las unidades.
But yeah. 10-foot shadow alien spotted. But yeah, this is just from today, actually, on Benny's show here. Just in, UFO expert Dr. Stephen Greer on the Benny Show. Humans are waging a secret war on non-hostile advanced civilizations. What? We have literally downed at least 1,000 or more of their spacecraft, and we have captured their bodies, some living, some dead. He confirms Rep. Matt Gaetz is right about military hybrid DNA programs.
It's a very serious issue, and I will tell you, if this is disclosed improperly, it'll be 1,000 times worse than COVID. And I think that when you're talking about the fact we are being visited by advanced civilizations, they are not hostile. If they were hostile, we'd be gone.
What up, Bruce?
But
How you
we
doing?
have approached them very hostilely. We have literally downed at least 1,000 or more of their spacecraft using illegal electromagnetic pulse weapons, and I know where they're being used and how they're being used. And we have captured those bodies, some living, some dead. And Mr. Gaetz was correct in saying that there are some gruesome programs being run by military where they've been trying to combine DNA of these creatures with humans, and they come out with these monstrous looking things that are used to abduct people. So everyone's here of alien abductions. It's not the extraterrestrials doing it. It's a covert human program. And we know this, and we can prove it. So this is a...
So you mean all those people that were talking about being abducted and something going in their butt? What kind of anal probing are we talking about here now? Hold up. This motherfucker just said, nah, it wasn't the aliens taking us. No, the aliens weren't doing it. It was us. These motherfuckers are saying, coming back and saying, hey, something was shoved in my ass. Were these motherfuckers getting butt fucked up there? Is this is this how the alien hybrid program began? Just abducting men and fucking them in the butt? Notice nobody says that anymore. Nobody claims they were anal probed, right?
Huge story. It's the biggest scandal in the history of the United States and its founding. I think for our 250th anniversary, we should be liberated from the secrecy and these extraordinary technologies that could benefit all of humanity need to begin to be looked at, to be brought out.
So you mean to tell me that back in the day, our military was just picking people up from a field, fucking them in the butt, and taking them back 2 weeks later? Like Fire in the Sky, man. Come on. You remember that movie? This dude went missing for what, 2 months? They had their way with him for 2 fucking months and then just dropped his ass back in the field. And all this time we thought it was aliens? Nope, it's our government. They're picking us up out of fields, fucking us in the butt, and dropping us back off. I don't know what makes it worse. Aliens fucking you in the butt or your own damn government? What is this? Oh, fuck me. That's Sprite. Oh, damn, that's been a minute since I've done that. Presley. Sorry, my wife just gave me a shot. Woo! Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Let's keep going with this, because, check this out. This comes from Blake S. Taylor Investigates. A podcast host says a close family friend and government employee told him aliens are real. Check this out.
But the more I pushed him and the more he had to drink, he eventually said to me, well, look, the fact of the matter is, to get this job, I had to be briefed for a number of months in an underground facility in West Virginia. And I was like, wow, that sounds intense. And he goes, yeah, I used to cry myself to sleep every night.
Wow.
Now, again, a man's man. When I was growing up, the thought of him crying once in his life was unthinkable to me. The idea of him crying every night, I was shocked. And I said, well, what would cause you to do that? And he said, Brent, this is not the world I thought I was bringing my daughters into.
Wow.
Now, think about that. You're 18 years old, and this man who you look up to, that you revere, is telling you this. All I could say was, well, what about me? I'm in this world too. Like, I need to know something. And he said, well, I can't go into that. This is like highly classified material. And I said, John, I'm sitting here like you've just put to the edge. I need to know something. And he said, well, okay, I'll tell you what. I know when you were growing up, you were into science fiction and comic books and all that stuff. Well, aliens are real. They're here, and I've seen them.
Wow.
Now again, come on. In this vastness of the universe we have, it would be insane to think that we are the only intelligent species out there. We look for life in an area where it's habitable or close to being habitable for us. We look for water. What if water is not the source of life for another being? What if there is a full silicate being? Like silica is close in structure to carbon, right? So technically it could work. What if they were made of glass? In a sense. I mean, you arrange silica in different ways. You can do amazing things with it. Their carcasses could be bulletproof. I mean, seriously. They could have bio fucking armor using something like that. Why we look for life just like our own? I've never understood. Especially, see, here's a perfect example. In the bottoms of the oceans, in the methane vents, along the ocean floor, there is biological life that thrives on the methane. If it's not in the methane vent, the venting from the volcanic material underneath, if it's not living, if it happens to float outside, it dies. It doesn't have the methane it needs to live. So why in the fuck, on a planet that already proves that life can exist outside of what makes you, why in the fuck are you only looking for life on a planet that exists that just is suited for you? Richard needs some preparation, alien. No. I'm sorry, I was never anally probed back in the day. That I don't even know why that just came into my head. He's just like, yeah, everybody was saying the aliens were abducting people. No, that was our government. Wait a minute, weren't they talking about anal probes back then too? So this alien human hybrid shit has been going on, and you tested whether fucking men in the butt would get them pregnant? Is this how tentacle porn started? I think we have discovered a rabbit hole that we do not need to go down. Tentacle porn exists because somebody was raped by an alien. Hold it together. But check this out. Senator Babbitt. Now, this is not our country. This is not our country. Check this out. Yes, aliens are already here. I was briefed by intelligence this morning on developing situation. Details are highly classified. Australians will understand soon enough. Stay calm.
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. It's true. There are aliens living amongst us. There are aliens in Area 51. There are even alien human hybrids. I have been briefed this morning in a top secret intelligence briefing.
Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, right? Yep, they flashed it for like a half a fucking second. There we go. Commonwealth of Australia National Security Top Secret Eyes Only. Something tells me this is illegal, right? You remember the raid on Mar-a-Lago? Oh, wait, this is Australia. Fuck.
In a top secret intelligence briefing that exposes all. Unfortunately, I am forbidden from speaking about it under pain of death. But know this, I will fight for accountability and I will fight for transparency.
What up, beam,
There
boom,
is
boom.
more to come. Stay tuned. Follow for more. Ladies and
Watch the shiny object so you don't see me stealing loot. I get you. I get you. But I'm going to say this as a counter. Brother, as much shit that happens on the daily fucking basis, I did want to do this at one point in time. Davey's just like, hey, I'm not going to be here Friday. I got to work. And I was like, all right, cool. Time to do it. No, this is fun. You just sit back and kind of just like let everything go. Let everything go and just let your mind wander, brother.
gentlemen, breaking news.
But yeah, he says this. Check this out, though. Was it just an April Fool's Day joke, or was it another psyop to throw you off what we carry on the alien-human hybrid cross-breeding program? You'll never know. I think he's fucking around. Does that say Xeno is in Xenomorph? No, you stupid asshole. Xeno is in Xeno. Don't you remember Xenophobic? Asshole. Anyway. Good evening. How you doing, CSI? You've been here a minute. But yeah. I'm going to say that's bullshit, but check it out. You got Bill Maher interested.
Look, my opinion changes when the information changes. Yes, there was a time when the only actual contact we heard from about aliens was rural people who'd been abducted and anally probed. But you
Like I said, that brings that into question. Somebody else thought of it too.
don't hear about that anymore. Why? My guess is the aliens gathered all the information they needed about us that they could get through our ass.
Okay, yeah, I did. I'll admit I did have that one planned. But yeah. Brings up a good question. I heard that quote and I was just like, you know what? Good point. Good point. They were talking about anal probing. Now, that dude said that, nah, that wasn't aliens. That was our own damn government. So our government was abducting people and fucking them in the butt. And apparently for months on end. You remember Fire in the Sky? Yeah. But I got something else from you here too. That was a long run. I knew that was actually gonna ding us if I can't. Yes, I can't do that. I can't do that one. But yeah, there was a longer skit where he was actually talking about, hey, look, this is a thing. Everybody's talking about it. All the little orbs in the sky. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest with you. Drones. Look at them. If you check it out, watch them. Most of them stay, especially when they stay in a triangular formation. You're just triangulating a position at that point. These are drones. Whether they're ours, whether they're somebody else's, I don't fucking know. The ones that are popping up on our shoreline, I'm going to say are ours. I'm hoping like fuck they're ours. I don't want to see no Shaheed fucking drones coming into a fucking airbase and just demolishing this shit that ain't even off the ground yet. The military budget increase, I can understand, especially trying to defend from the next breed of warfare, which is definitely going to be electronic in nature. Are we going to look? I think we're going to find out some. This has been going on for at least a year and a half. That people have been talking about this. You know, Trump's he did what Alien and aliens.gov to release the information on this. That's going to come out. Things like that. I believe they're going to tell you. I believe they're actually going to fucking tell you, ladies and gentlemen. But I do want to say this. It worries me. It worries me because humankind as a whole is deeply religious, whatever you believe in, but one thing remains true no matter what. Except for Scientology, but whatever. I mean, apparently Scientology believes, hey, all things considered, it could be true, but an alien crash landed on Earth and threw himself in a volcano or something like that, and that sprung out human fucking life. That sounds like the fucking Prometheus story. But it all says we were made in God's image, right? Humankind must cling to something so it can explain away that which it doesn't know. Again, we used to believe that ancient catfish lived under the crust of the ocean and earthquakes were caused by them struggling to break free. We don't believe that anymore. As Zeus threw lightning bolts with his hands because he was pissed. Well, apparently that son of a bitch was mad all the time because the Mediterranean ain't nothing but fucking storms. We don't believe that anymore. We know where that comes from. So I do question why we can't turn away from a story about a guy who walked on water 2,000 years ago. But it's... Oh, she's getting a call. Hold on. But it's necessary. It's necessary because humankind would be incredibly fucking dangerous without something to make you morally acceptable. You know what I'm saying? I see the point in religion. But I also see the problem in it because if we are made in God's image and we find out that life exists beyond this planet, would we or would we not be some cocky ass motherfuckers to be like, our God told us we are made just like him. You don't look like him, so we're better than you. Motherfucker, we've been around a lot longer. Yeah, but God made us in his image. We look like him. You're just a failed experiment. Mm-hmm. That kind of shit bothers me. But I will say this. We got a little bit more to talk about here. And it is 8 o'clock. I'm not gonna look past this. Because we all know there's no way in hell that 29 Palms UFO invasion. Wasn't that the 29 Palms USO? Hold on. 29 Palms, California, noted UFO sighting most famously due to a mass sighting event. Claiming an alien contact near Giant Rock.
Thing we're going to talk about UFOs because it is my hope that in the near future we figure out whatever the heck
We'll
has
just
been
run
going
everywhere
on in
tonight.
our skies.
Both sides.
And if you
We ain't
follow
cutting.
a lot of the UFO incidents involving the U.S. military, you might have seen a lot of people talking about several videos of what looks like a triangle seeming to hover over a base out of 29 Palms here in California. This was all released in the last day by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. Take a quick listen.
Those are not aluminum rounds because aluminum rounds fall. And nobody shoots in a 5-gun section. There's more lights around it.
Well, this is fucking weird.
We got UFOs outside.
Now, Jeremy Corbell and the co-host of the podcast Weaponized, George Knapp, say they have been looking into this since 2021. There's another image right there. He says, according to...
I'm sorry, that looks like a drone.
Reports from witnesses, the whole thing only lasted about 10 minutes, from 8:20 when it appeared to 8:30 when it blinked out. According to Corbell, it was seen by more than 50 people, many of them Marines at Camp Wilson, who captured those images, but they just couldn't explain what they saw.
Yeah, he was abducted, but it wasn't by aliens. It was by the government, and they are fucking him in the ass right now. I'm going to tell you that. He is getting royally butt fucked. There's no lube involved. He's just roughing it.
If you look in the picture, you can see like a black triangular shape.
Why are these not flares?
Because they stayed there for a solid 10 minutes, just in the same spot.
And flares don't sit in one spot for 10 minutes?
No, they fall.
And Jeremy Corbell himself joins us right now in the studio. So, Jeremy, real quick, set the scene for us here.
Yeah, so this happened back in 2021, and I thought it was flares at first. A bunch of Marines started coming to me. I was able to find them within 36 hours.
Wait, this was in 2021. That damn sure looked like a drone to me, though. Aw. Damn, I'm sorry, Jonah. I'm sorry.
They saw a craft. So this is not something lights in the sky. They actually saw the body, the shape of the craft, and you see that in the low light photo. So they basically said, what's going on? What is this? And I was worried about the reporting process. We dug into it for a number of years. Luckily, they shot up lumen flares, so you can see the difference of what a lumen flare is. And most flares, they last within 1 minute to 3 minutes max. This object, or I'll say craft, because you can see the body of it, sat there from 10, some reports say up to 25 minutes.
That looks like a drone to me. That looks... The tail right here. The body. The plane wings. All you would need is just the rotor system.
And it's unmoving. So this is why I thought it was important, bringing it out to the public, trying to crowdsource and figure out this UAP. It's just an unidentified. The point is we're trying to identify.
And we're trying to identify something that happened over a military base
What
with
up,
a lot
Finboy?
of military service members all around. We reached out to the Pentagon. I know the Marine...
Is it the ones that were spotted over Jersey and were 8 to 10 fucking feet long? They were the size of SUVs. And they came off a fucking boat right there off of the coast. It would be a gigantic drone. Yeah. I mean, if it were the size of a damn SUV in the sky, you'd see it, right?
that you spoke to said that they ruled out flares, but the Pentagon tells us that there was
Meanwhile,
an
Biden lets a balloon carry bus loads of spy equipment to suck up information and send it to a Chinese satellite.
That training. I think we have some of that video that has been declassified. You can see choppers through night vision. You can see tracer fire. You can see flares. And then right at the end, there are a couple of seconds showing something it's kind of in a similar shape to that triangle. Do you think that that could be the same thing? Some of this exercise that you're seeing right here, those appear to be flares, kind of in a triangle shape. Do you think that that could be what these Marines saw?
Yeah, so that's the question is, were these flares? The problem is the duration, and all of the witnesses that saw the body of a triangular shaped craft. So initially that was my thought, but over these years from working with people, they saw the craft itself, the body of it, and that's what you see in that low light video. Now, I don't know, it's a huge base. It's almost 1,000 miles wide. So showing me a video, we need to know if it identically matches up to the time. Look, I'm trying to solve the case too, but I can't discount the Marines that are telling
over 1,000 miles wide. Okay. If that's a thing.
me they saw the craft.
One of the interesting things about this case is, so that is declassified video that we're seeing right now of the training exercise. The Pentagon says that they had no report of UAP activity, and there is a procedure now for UAPs to be reported all the way up to the Pentagon. They're saying that there were no reports given. Is that what you're hearing from the Marines? Did they ever try to file a report with the government?
Yeah, so that was the problem. We weren't getting information. Now, we've seen that over and over and over. Remember, the 2004 Tic Tac event, that UFO event was during a training exercise. The 2019 UAPs were during a training exercise. There's always training going on there at that base. So that's what we're trying to get, is better transparency to move that information up.
Motherfucker, do we have helicarriers already? I mean, that's what it sounds like. This thing was like, you're saying it was like 1,000 miles wide. No, because that would have been seen states fucking, states over. No. If it was that big, do we have the beginnings of a helicarrier already? I mean, what's to stop us from actually doing that other than the power involved to keep it floating? Could a nuclear reactor be enough? A good question. 1,000 miles wide would have its own gravity and pull rocks off the ground. Unless it had an anti-gravity field. Now we go in Star Trek and shit. Okay, yeah, they did have that.
And better reporting process. People should not have to be calling journalists. They should be reporting it through the normal chain of command. But that is not happening.
Now, one other question. I mean, as soon as you posted that, everyone was talking about the Phoenix Lights, like one of the most well-documented UFO mass sightings there's been.
Oh, I'm talking about drone helicarriers. That's what I'm talking about. Do we have fucking floating ass goddamn bases that stay up in the sky with drones and shit? Hold on. Are they not popping out of the ocean? They're just falling out of the fucking sky? Because we gotta, what is it? The photovoltaic, not photovoltaic, the little screen that makes things disappear because it reflects light around it. What if we have like this big ass carrier in the sky that the bottom is just coated with that shit? I'm just what effing here, but that would be holy fuck. The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. Yes. That's an interesting ass story too.
What did you think when you saw this? Did you think Phoenix Lights as well?
Well, when you see that 5-section of lights, that shows that it appears to be very similar visually to the Phoenix Lights, but the size was about half the size of a football field when they could see the body of the craft. And that's what just keeps coming back at me. I want to know the truth, too. I want to see proper...
In triangular form, disc form, I can understand the appeal to that. Because no matter if it was triangular or disc, doesn't matter. You could literally move at the blink of an eye in another direction. And it wouldn't matter. Especially with like drone technology we have right now. Think of what we can do with just remote control drones. Side to side motion up and down, you can just really just 3D fucking plane. No matter what. What really gets me and what really throws me off is the acceleration behind it. You know how much G-forces you would be pulling at that point from what we've been seeing? Humankind wouldn't live. If it is us, if it is human technology, it has to be drone capability. Humankind ain't living through that fucking G-force. Are you kidding me? To go from standing the fuck still to instant Jesus mode. Yeah, you're going to just turn into a plate of just goo. Unless there was something inside that would kind of protect you from that. Interesting. But no. I do think these are drone sightings and everything that's going on with this here. Are aliens real? Jesus Christ. In the vast fucking universe, it'd be stupid to think that there ain't some kind of other intelligent life out there. It'd be incredibly fucking arrogant to say that we are. But yeah. Do I think we're going to actually hear about some shit coming up? We're going to know. Is there an alien hybrid program? I mean, the government's been fucking us in the butt economically. Why not just pick you out of a fucking field, fuck your ass for a couple months, and then just drop you back? Why would they not do that? I don't think the anal probing thing was real kind of situation. It's just like, oh, they stuck something in my ass. They violated the fuck out of me. That's what it really was. But the alien human hybrid shit. Again, we're still missing like 300,000 fucking kids. Those ones that were trafficked, that we know were trafficked, were some of them trafficked into this? I wouldn't pet it past our government. I really wouldn't. It'd be sickening. And maybe Tim Burchett, what he was saying was, yeah, he could have been trying to catch headlines. Or he could have been saying, I can't talk about this, but yes, aliens are gay. Apparently. Apparently. What's up, Lewis? Beat me up. How you doing? But yeah. Let's see. Where else we got? We got a little bit more here I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. Discombobulated. That was going to be a point I was going to make, but it ain't nothing. Check this out though. Check this out. We're going to break away from a little bit of politics here. We definitely going to talk science because y'all are missing out in this field. Y'all are missing out. So much is fucking happening. So much is happening in the world of science right now. Everybody says it, yeah, we were 10 years away, 50 years ago from fucking nuclear fusion. Now, bitch, this one's real. At a time when we're building up AI, at a time when quantum computing is now coming into realization, Quantum computing is in the Turing stage. You remember the Turing machine? Nope. I can't do it. I can't do it. You got to know if you don't know. Videos, real quick. What is a Turing machine?
In 1936, a 23-year-old British university student, Alan Turing, developed a fundamental theory of computation. While attempting to solve a problem about the foundations of math, Turing claimed in a paper, "It's possible to invent a machine which can compute any computable sequence given enough time and memory." These theoretical computational devices are called Turing machines.
One of the key insights of computer science is that Turing machines are mathematically equivalent to just about any other programming formalism that anyone has invented.
All Turing machines contain three components: an infinite tape that stores data in cells as ones or zeros, a head that reads the tape, writes a new number onto it, and moves the tape left or right, and a set of instructions or program that tell the machine exactly what to do at each step. Turing machines are capable of computing anything that is computable by algorithms.
By doing this very simple but sort of esoteric set of instructions, you can do just as much as you can do with any other programming language.
A Turing machine's program can have any number of rules, as summarized in a table. This table contains one row for each rule and two columns, one for when the head reads a 0 and the other for when the head encounters a 1. Each rule tells the machine what to write, which way to move the tape, and what rule to follow next. All computer programs either perform their function and eventually stop, known as halting, or they get stuck in infinite loops and run forever.
Useful programs are programs that stop.
Here's an example of a two-rule Turing machine that halts.
Okay,
At the
let's see it.
onset, all cells on the tape are set to 0.
Okay, 0 means there is absolutely nothing there. 1 means there is something there. Zeros and ones. This is the important part.
And it's set to follow Rule A. The head reads the tape and encounters a 0. The machine then looks up the rule in the 0 column. The instructions say to write the number 1, move one cell to the right. The next rule to follow is Rule B. After writing the number 1, the machine then moves the tape a cell to the right and encounters another 0. The 0 column in Rule B instructs the machine to write a number 1, move one cell to the left. The next rule to follow is Rule A. The Turing machine moves the tape a cell to the left and this time encounters the 1. The Rule A instructions in the 1 column tell it to halt. Here is a two-rule Turing machine with different instructions, which will cause it to never stop. It quickly gets stuck in an endless loop. Computer scientists want to know, given the rules of a Turing machine, is there a guaranteed way to tell whether that machine will halt or run forever? This question is known as the halting problem.
Okay, so the Turing machine. It exists in ones and zeros only. It's a yes or no state. Okay? Quantum computing introduces another possibility. Quantum computing introduces the maybe state. Yes, it can. Yes, it cannot. And yes, it both is. I'm sorry. Yes, it can. No, it cannot. And yes, it both is.
Today, we're diving headfirst into the mind-bending world
By
of
the way,
quantum.
This comes from Dave's garage over here. This is a good one. Hold on. You got to hear this.
Computing. And I know some of you are thinking, quantum computing, it just makes no sense. But don't worry, because I'm here to break it down into bite-sized, easy-to-digest pieces that anybody can wrap their head around. By the end of this 10-minute journey, you'll not only understand what quantum computing is, but also why it's set to flip the tech world upside down. So grab a coffee, kick back, and let's embark on this quantum adventure. But let's start with the very basics. Quantum computing is a totally different beast from the classical computing that we're all used to. The kind of computing that powers your phone, your laptop, or that new Threadripper desktop. At its heart, quantum computing uses the principles of quantum mechanics, the science of how things behave at the tiniest scales, like atoms and electrons, to process information in ways that classical computers could only dream of. And so what's the big difference? Well, as you know, classical computers use bits as their building blocks. A bit is super simple. It's either a 0 or a 1 like an on-off switch. Everything your computer does, from streaming this video to running your favorite game, is built on millions of those little zeros and ones flipping back and forth.
Right.
Quantum computers, though, they use something called qubits or quantum bits. And here's where it gets weird. Unlike regular bits, qubits can be a 0 or a 1 or both at the same time. You heard that right, both at once.
The maybe state. Introducing a different thought process. It either is or it isn't. The qubit says, maybe it's both.
This magic trick is thanks to a quantum property called superposition, and it's the key to why quantum computers have so much potential. But before we get too far ahead, let's unpack that idea a little bit more. Whether you think of a qubit as having no value at all, or both values, or all possible values at the same time, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is how they actually respond to algorithms. Now, to make superposition less of a head scratcher, let's use an analogy. Picture a coin. In the classical world, you flip it and it's either heads or tails. Simple, right? Well, that's like a classical bit, a 0 or a 1, one state at a time. Now imagine that same coin in a quantum world. Instead of landing on heads or tails, like when it's still spinning in the air almost, it's representing both heads and tails at the same time until you stop and check it. And that's superposition in a nutshell.
The superpositioning says it is and it isn't unless you look at it. Once you have observed it, it does go back into the realm of existence or the realm of nothing. It's a weird thought process, but yes. Everything is a state of flux. Everything in the world around you, in your field of vision, everything that you can see, okay, that exists because you are observing it. Everything outside that view is in a state of flux because you're not observing. You don't know what's going on around you until you look at it. It could be anything and everything until you observe it. Very hard to wrap your mind around, but it opens up an entire new world of possibilities that anything is possible. Ass backwards. Yeah. Tree falls in a woods and no one's around to hear it. Did it make a sound? Yeah, it vibrated molecules, but nobody was around to register the sound. So did that sound exist?
A qubit can exist in multiple states at once until it resolves. Why does this matter? Well, in a classical computer, you have, let's say, 3 bits, so you can represent one of 8 possible combinations at a time, like 000, 001, 010, and so on. But with 3 qubits in superposition, a quantum computer can represent all 8 of those combinations simultaneously. Add more qubits, and the possibilities explode exponentially.
It's just saying, okay, we figured this out. It's either this or it's this. And to determine that, the computer says, well, look at this. I got this. I got this. All right. So all combinations of everything that could ever fucking exist in this, does it work out? Nope. 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 This one. Think of it like, you remember the movie, what was it? It was Endgame, right? Where Doctor Strange saw all observable universes. He saw the entire 6 million or something like that all at once, and there was only one where they won. It's something like that. Everything exists and can happen at any given moment. It's a state of flux.
Just 300 qubits, a quantum computer could represent more states than there are atoms in the observable universe. Let that sink in for a second, because this ability to handle multiple states at once is what lets quantum computers tackle insanely complex problems way faster than classical machines. Imagine that you had enough qubits to represent a 256-bit encryption key. Theoretically, since the qubits can represent all possible states and combinations at the same time, it's only a matter of selecting the ones that resolve the decryption key. Superposition.
There you go. Instead of running through it like 00000, nope. 00001, nope. 00002, nope. It says all combinations that could ever exist. Let's hit it. What works out? well, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. And then all of a sudden it comes to because it's pushing everything all at once. It's like the human brain. A million times better.
Allows a quantum computer to
You nuked
process all
yourself?
possible keys simultaneously, but there's still a catch. When you measure the qubits, the superposition collapses to a single state, one key, with probability proportional to its amplitude squared. In a uniform superposition, each key has an equal chance of being measured, so a single measurement is really no better than a random guess, which would be equivalent to classically brute forcing a key one at a time. To deduce the correct key, you need a quantum algorithm that amplifies the amplitude of the correct key's state, or otherwise exploits quantum properties to somehow identify it efficiently. Because without going too deep into the weeds, the most common algorithm is one known as Grover's algorithm, and the basic idea is to iteratively apply a series of quantum operations that enhance the probability of measuring the correct key. It starts with a superposition of all possible keys, and then uses an oracle to mark the correct key by flipping its phase, followed by a diffusion step that amplifies its amplitude. After roughly a number of iterations equal to the square root of the key size, the correct key's amplitude is boosted enough that measuring the qubits is likely to yield the right answer, providing a quadratic speedup over classical brute forcing.
A lot of big words to just be like, yeah. Is silicone thinking like a human? Okay, let's just... Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's silicone thinking like a human. Because silicone at this point in time thinks it is or it isn't. There is no in-between. Quantum says there is that in-between and I'm going to explore it.
But superposition is just one piece of the puzzle. There's another quantum trick up the sleeve that takes things to the next level. Entanglement. Okay, entanglement is where it starts to feel a little bit like...
Now I'm lost. I was told to cut off my genitals. No, you were not.
Science fiction. When two qubits become entangled, they're linked in a way that's almost spooky. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, and it still blows minds today. So here's an analogy to help wrap your head around it. Imagine you've got two coins that are entangled. You flip one and it lands on heads. Instantly, the other coin, whether it's across the room or across the galaxy, lands on heads too. They're perfectly in sync, like they're sharing some kind of cosmic connection with no time delay. In quantum computing, this linkage lets qubits work together in ways that classical bits can't, amplifying their power to solve problems.
In other words, it's erasing the time it takes for electrical signals to travel along a trace board. With computers right now. Everything that's going on with my computer is streaming all this to you. Everything is running through the processor, through the memory, through the video card. It's all running through that. There's a delay in everything that is actually happening. That skips this fucking process. Because with quantum entanglement, one atom moves at the same time as another atom in the same way, perfectly aligned. They share information. And there is a lot you can do with it, apparently. And we're just touching the surface of it.
You combine superposition and entanglement, you get a machine that can juggle tons of possibilities at once and coordinate them perfectly. There
you go. Now, think of this. I have a quantum computer in my house. You have a quantum computer at your house. I send you a message. And instantly, things change on your side. You catch that message in real time. There's no delay. There's no waiting for email servers to report back for it to show up. You don't have to hit refresh. It's just there. Instantly. And as it stands right now, because this is still in its infancy stage, you can't track it. You can't intercept it. It's endpoint to endpoint encryption for real. The only person that knows that that message was ever sent between me and you is me and you. Nobody else can intercept. Right now. This is brand new shit.
That's why quantum computers can take on tasks that would leave even the beefiest supercomputers in the
Steel,
dust,
iron, and water
like
will
cracking
fix any
codes or
computer.
simulating molecules or optimizing massive systems. Speaking of which, let's talk about what quantum computing could actually do for us. So why should you care about all this quantum computing weirdness? Because it's not just a cool science experiment anymore. It could change the world. And here's some big areas where quantum computing is poised to make waves. Number one is cryptography. Right now, most of the internet security, like your online banking or those encrypted messages you send, rely on math problems that are really, really hard for classical computers to solve. Take a 256-bit encryption key, for example. A classical computer would need billions of years to crack it. But a quantum computer? It could potentially do it in hours or even minutes using another algorithm called Shor's algorithm. And that's a game changer, both a threat and an opportunity. It means we'll need new quantum-resistant encryption methods soon, and quantum tech could help us build them. We could also save lives faster, because in medicine, creating new drugs is a slow, expensive process. And a big part of that is simulating how actual molecules interact, something classical computers struggle with because these calculations are so complex. Quantum computers could possibly zoom through these simulations, modeling molecules down to the atomic level. That could...
Think of this. You know what machine learning is, right? That's a machine taking actions over and over again and failing and learning from its failure to complete a task, to do it as fast as it can. It's machine learning. To take that and put it on fucking steroids. Machine learning is like a newborn learning to walk. Yeah, well, not a newborn. Machine learning is a toddler learning to walk. You know, it takes some time. You're unbalanced as shit. You're just trying to figure out how to stay the fuck up. Quantum computing is like the baby pops out the fucking womb is immediately running like Usain Bolt.
Could mean faster development of life-saving drugs, from cancer treatments to vaccines, cutting years off the process and getting help to people who need it sooner. AI and machine learning are already transforming the world, but they're hungry for data and computing power.
Yes.
Quantum computers could supercharge them
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, RAM prices are actually fucking dropping. We have seen a 30% decrease in the cost of fucking RAM. Why? They found an algorithm where AI data centers can use the 6 times the amount of RAM they actually fucking are registering to need right now. A new algorithm has saved the whole fucking PC gaming goddamn market. But here's the fucking thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually good news. Really good news. It also means that RAM prices are dropping now. However, we still have those fabricators that are coming out, those fabrication plants that are coming out, especially in Arizona. Like there's 12 going up in Arizona alone within the next 10 fucking years. With that hitting the market, data centers saying, okay, we don't need this much of a drain on the market anymore. Because, son, you're going to see the next, 2 generations of video cards from now. They're not going to be, $2,000, $3,000. No, they're going to be $700, $800 fucking bucks. We are poised to be the next fucking Taiwan, and I want you all to understand that. I want you to realize that. As this motherfucking capsule goes 3,149 miles an hour through space, they are 129,461 to 3 miles away from Earth. I gotta pee, I'll be right back.
by processing the massive data sets way faster than classical machines. Imagine training an AI model in minutes instead of days, or building systems that learn and adapt in real time. That could lead to smarter assistants, better self-driving cars, or even breakthroughs in robotics. And ever wonder how companies figure out the fastest delivery routes or the best stock portfolios? Those are optimization problems, and they get insanely complicated as the number of options pile up. Classical computers have to grind through possibilities one by one, but quantum computers can explore tons of them all at once. And that could mean more efficient supply chains, cheaper energy, or even helping scientists design better materials. And those are just the tips of the icebergs. Quantum computing could also tackle climate modeling, financial forecasting, and even fundamental physics questions that we haven't cracked yet. It's not just about doing things faster, it's also about doing things we couldn't do before. Now, before you start picturing a quantum PC on your desk, let's pump the brakes a bit. quantum computing is still very much in its early days, like in the vacuum tube or maybe even relay era of classical computing. We've got a long way to go before it's ready for prime time, but the progress is very exciting. Big players like IBM, Google, and Microsoft are pouring billions into quantum research.
Yes.
Back in 2019, Google made headlines when their Sycamore processor achieved quantum supremacy. It solved a super specific problem in 200 seconds that would have taken a classical computer 10,000 years. IBM's got their...
Think of it this way. You remember that movie, what is it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? The supercomputer in that, what is the meaning of life? It took it forever, and its answer was 42. That was a quantum computer. It's something that if you posed AI that question right now, probably take billions and billions of years to come to whatever conclusion. I don't know why, the number 42, but hey. You asked and the universe delivered, motherfucker.
Their quantum experience letting developers tinker with qubits in the cloud. And startups like Rigetti and D-Wave are pushing the boundaries too. But there are some big challenges holding us back. Qubit stability is one. Qubits are fussy little things. They need to be kept at temperatures colder than outer space, like minus 460 Fahrenheit, which is about 275 below Celsius. And even then, tiny vibrations or even electromagnetic noise can mess them up. This is called decoherence, and it leads to errors in calculations. Fixing those errors is tricky. Quantum error correction needs extra qubits to double-check the work, which makes the whole system more complex and expensive. It's like trying to proofread a book while somebody's shaking the pages. Right now, we can build quantum computers with dozens of qubits. Google's got 53.
Hold on. Absolute zero is the lowest theoretically possible temperature defined as 0 Kelvin. Negative 273 degrees Celsius or negative 459 degrees Fahrenheit. You're telling me you have to be damn near close to absolute zero for this shit to happen? Just say that again, sir.
Those errors is tricky. Quantum error correction needs extra qubits to double-check the work, which makes the whole system more complex and expensive. It's like trying to proofread a book while somebody's shaking the pages. Right now, we can build quantum computers with dozens of qubits. Google's got 53, IBM's hit 65, but practical applications might need thousands or millions of them.
I think we didn't get, yeah, but yeah. This isn't happening until you hit almost absolute fucking zero.
Scaling up without losing control of these delicate qubits is a massive engineering puzzle.
Level 42
Still, the
got
pace
the
of
name
innovation
from
is actually
Hitchhikers.
picking up. New materials, better cooling systems, and smarter algorithms are chipping away at these hurdles. We're not there yet, but we're definitely on the road. In short, your classical computer is a trusty workhorse for daily stuff, while quantum computers are like rocket ships built for exploring uncharted.
Hold on, I actually got to bring this up. I got to bring this up. Jennifer's got a good point. Humans exist who can't navigate. I don't know my left from my fucking right. All right? Yet monarch butterflies can make it to the same forest for thousands of miles away. Within 3 generations, humans suck as a collective. I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel personally fucking attacked by that. But fair point.
Uncharted territory. They're not here to replace your laptop. They're here to solve the unsolvable. So what's next? Where's this all heading? Well, the experts reckon we're maybe a decade away from quantum computers hitting the mainstream. Think 2030s or so. When that happens, industries like healthcare, finance, and security could look totally different. Imagine drugs designed in months instead of years, or AI that's way smarter than anything we've seen yet.
You have no idea how right you are, sir. No fucking idea. We're about to hit it. Hold on.
But it's not just about practical stuff. Quantum computing could help us crack the big mysteries, like how the universe works at its deepest levels or how to build the perfect climate models. It's the kind of tech that doesn't just improve what we have, it opens doors that we didn't even know existed. So there you have it. We've covered the basics: qubits, superposition, entanglement, and why it matters. It's a wild
Basically, a long way to tell you computers are now thinking maybe. Instead of a yes and no, computers are now thinking maybe. Now, why is this important? Just 10,000 quantum bits might crack internet encryption schemes. 10,000. There's a story going around about how quantum computing has actually broke cryptocurrency. They can track it, they can find it, they can pin it the fuck down. Follow it through everything. Quantum computing broke cryptocurrency. They haven't released everything. As a matter of fact, they've actually told the cryptocurrency market, you need to fix this shit because we did it within, a matter of weeks. If that. Powerful quantum computers may be closer than scientists thought. To unleash the technology's full power, scientists have thought that quantum computers with millions of quantum bits or qubits would be necessary. But researchers report that quantum computers promise might emerge with as few as 10,000 qubits. One of the key tasks that future quantum computers are expected to excel at is cracking the encryption used to secure communications on the internet. And the encryption services we have, instantly done. You can do something as little as 10,000 of these little qubits. And in minutes, your security is compromised. Fuck. Maybe this is how they're actually hacking our systems. I mean, if you can do it within minutes. Now scientists have calculated that a widely used type of encryption called elliptic curve, I almost said epileptic. Elliptic curve cryptography could be thwarted with a quantum computer with 9,988 qubits, although it would take about 1,000 days to crack. With around 26,000 qubits, the encryption could be broken in a day. In a day. The researchers report in a paper submitted by March 3rd, archives, another prevalent form of encryption, RSA 2048, will require 100,000 qubits in 10 days to break. According to researchers from Caltech, quantum computing company or Origamic, Pasadena, California. The calculations suggest that the quantum computers could likely soon contribute to the other areas where the machines are expected to have an impact, such as AI, chemistry, and materials science. I'm going to pause with this story right here. Giving AI the ability for quantum thinking, for a computer to say maybe, and then you give AI that ability, you have to question, when does sentience begin? And I say that, ladies and gentlemen, human brain cells set to power two new data centers, thanks to the body-in-the-box CL1 Cortical Labs targets the AI energy crisis with biological computer that reportedly uses less energy than a calculator. What does that mean? 200,000 living brain cells help to power the CL1 biological computer. We are using living fucking brain cells as a data center now. No fucking joke. No fucking joke. A computer platform that runs on human neurons and recently showed off said the neurons had the ability to play Doom.
Scientists already built a computer using brain cells, but they left one big question unanswered. Can it run Doom? In 2021, Cortical Labs introduced DishBrain, where 800,000 neurons learned to play Pong. Fast forward to 2024, and they released the CL1, a fully deployable biocomputer that allegedly consumed less power and learned faster than modern AI algorithms. But not content with locking the human mind in a metaphorical hell, researchers wanted to understand how it performed in a digital hellscape, as the Doomslayer. To achieve this, different electrodes representing parts of the game world, such as the position of walls or enemies, were translated into specific electrical signals, sent into particular regions of the neural network. That stimulation became the neuron's sensory input. The neurons then responded by firing their own electrical signals that were recorded by the chip and translated into the software into game actions, like turning, moving forward, or firing a weapon. The important part is the feedback system. When the neurons perform useful activity, like aiming and firing correctly, they receive a stimulation that is predictable and structured. But when they behave poorly, the system returns a noisy, chaotic signal. Because neurons try naturally to minimize unpredictable input, the cells gradually learn firing patterns that keep the signals stable. In just 7 days, the neurons learned to play the game pretty effectively, or in scientific terms, they got good. The CL1 might not yet be able to dominate the competitive scene, but if we can teach neurons to master a 3D game, we're one step closer to using biological computers to control high-precision robotic arms or manage complex tasks that are difficult for traditional logic-based chips. If you like science and have no mouth, but you must scream, follow for more.
Lab-grown fucking neurons are playing Doom. And we are set to put them in fucking data centers. That would be a fucking neural network. Just straight up. And there is no limit to what it could actually fucking do at that point. Easy button is now extinct. No, this is the easy button. You talk. Think about it this way. With CRISPR technology, we can then genetically engineer things. We have the ability to genetically engineer babies at this point. Yes, designer bag babies are a thing. We've brought them up before. They're here. You do realize we can theoretically print organs, right? Let me show you. 3D bioprinting is an emerging technology that uses biolinks, mixtures of living cells and hydrogels, to layer by layer construct tissue structures based on digital models from medical scans like MRIs or CTs. While simple tissues such as skin, cartilage, blood vessels, and hollow structures like the bladder have been successfully bioprinted and implanted, fully functional complex human organs like hearts, livers, kidneys remain experimental and are not yet ready for routine clinical. We are fucking 3D printing organs. We are giving computers brain cells. My question is, when do we 3D print a full human capable being? Like, biologically functioning. Everything that makes up who you are exists in this artificially created person that walks, talks, acts just like you would as a human being. But they're artificially created. They were printed. We know what 99.97% of the entire human makeup of the body, like every down to the last nanogram. That little bit of information we can't figure out. That what's left is what we can't figure out. My question is, what if that's the soul? Now, what is the soul? Well, I brought it up in that little clip with Davey, that little short we did where you saw the brain activity at the moment that it dies. It went from the middle of the brain and radiated outward. That's your soul, the biochemical impulses within your body. That's what we can't account for just yet. That's my belief on it. You think what you want with this, but we're getting close. We're getting close to being able to play God. The question is, should we? Like 3D printing humans, the palm of the sun in the power of the sun in the palm of your hand with nuclear fusion, quantum computing, quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement. These the AI just racing at an incredible fucking pace. Are we playing gods or are we evolving? Not even close. What you mean? Are you saying we couldn't even create homunculus? I mean, come on, all we are is chemical energy. Playing with fire? I would say so. I would definitely say that is fucking playing with fire heavily. But I could see us doing it. We're already there. We are already fucking here. You know damn well we're going to walk through that door, man. You give sentience to machines, and then you bond machines in human flesh. What do you get? That's why the fuck Elon Musk scares me, because he's already fucking with your head. But they don't even need that now. They can just print the fuck out of people. Imagine mass printing a fucking army. You don't need people to join. You just print them up and you train them their entire fucking lives to be military soldiers. You show the homunculus on YouTube. Which ones are we talking about? I guarantee you if I'd look this up right here, it's going to bring back probably more than likely Full Metal Alchemist. Maybe not. BBC 1 month ago. What is this? Hold up. Come on. All right, yeah, that'll definitely hit us on that one. That looks interesting though, right? No, damn it, still on YouTube. I know I am. I don't fucking care about YouTube, you know that. YouTube is small room shadow banned us for fucking ever now. It's still on YouTube, bro. I get you. I get you, Jennifer. I get you. I don't care. But fuck YouTube. But yeah. Artificially created human being. The dwarf and the flask, the homunculus. When?
A homunculus is a little bit different because, right, strictly sticking to the alchemical sense of everything, it's an alchemical entity that was created through the use of alchemy, which alchemy is, again, an occult and esoteric art that was used by this group of initiates, which essentially was a secret society. And they said that when you would open the vessel up and let this thing out, it would die because it couldn't sustain itself. And one of the interesting aspects, you're talking about like mischievous spirits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, Count Johann von Kufstein, who he actually has the world record Guinness for the largest homunculus ever created. And this is like an official record that's recorded 17th century. And he described these 10 homunculi that he had made. And he, if you read the story, he kind of talks about him being a little bit mischievous. A homunculus is a little bit
I don't know about any of that shit. Really, I don't. Not yet. But maybe we're coming to the edge of it. The YouTube video showing the actual homunculus. I don't know which one. Give me a link. I don't know which one you're talking about here. You talking about this one?
置物です。ペンペンペンペンペンペン。ペンペンペンペンペン。
What the fuck is those? Huh? What the fuck is that? Huh?
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like Trump, doesn't it? Little man in the flask. How the oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. This one.
Hey, how you doing? It's Bill.
Quite a bit that we can see something. So he touches it, he moves it, and the homunculus doesn't. That's a clue. Now it moves.
That's
again.
not a human though.
He put something in the water, the tank disappears, okay. Why that thing float to his mouth, actually? I mean, let's switch direction.
Give me a link then. Damn it, woman. But no, I mean, when do we get to this point? Because it sounds to me like we are incredibly fucking close. The question is, should we? Imagine a race of genetically engineered people. Like, you genetically engineer a person to be somewhat perfect. You get better as you go along, right? Those genetics are going to pass down as they procreate. What do we become then? Theoretically, I'm just going to say furthermore, from that point, we're giving computer chips brain cells. What is that going to become at that point? And this kind of shit just kind of, yeah, you know, the more I think about it, the more I listen to this, the more I look at it, I'm just like, holy fuck. We are kind of close. But I will say this. Where's that other one? Right here, yeah. From this dude's channel, there was another one too. I found this and I was just like, this is interesting. Check this out.
Planted a wireless recording device smaller than a grain of sand inside a living mouse and kept it there for a full year. Traditional wired electrodes tear through brain matter with every movement, stopping researchers from recording brain activity for more than a few days. So researchers from Cornell and Nanyang Technological University set out to radically miniaturize the brain implant and produced this. The microscale optoelectronic tetherless electrode, or MOTE, just 300 microns long and 70 microns wide, thinner than a human hair. It is powered by an external LED that shines infrared light through the skull and brain tissues onto a tiny photovoltaic transceiver, embedded into the implant, which then turns light into electrical energy, like a tiny solar panel. On board, microscale electrodes sit in contact with neurons and pick up their electrical activity, before a series of 186 transistors amplify and convert the signals into optical pulses that are emitted through the same transceiver and detected outside the skull. The whole thing is sealed in an atomically thin layer of deposited oxides less than 1.5 micron thick to survive the corrosive environment of living tissue. And in initial studies, the device was implanted in the cortex of mice and successfully detected neural signals in response to whisker stimulation. The devices were left in place for over 365 days, and when they were finally removed, they found that the surrounding tissue remained largely healthy, with less microglial scarring than the standard optical fiber implants. These MOTE devices are just the start. One day chips like this could let us monitor and interact with neurons continuously, opening the door to thought-controlled devices, and maybe one day allowing us to live out our wildest severance dreams. If you like science with a mote of
They already miniaturized Elon Musk's plan for the Neuralink. They already miniaturized the shit. Yeah. In my opinion, octopus DNA is the key to humans' transformational shape-shifting goals. Octopuses they shouldn't exist. Biologically, they shouldn't exist. Every fucking tentacle has its own goddamn brain system. All right? What the fuck? They can literally just squeeze their entire fucking body down. Everything, every bit of makeup in their body can just shift at any given point in time. You want to fit through a pinhole? Motherfucker, they'll do it. Okay, maybe not a pinhole, but yeah, they get through some tight ass area. They're fucking wicked. But I will say this though. What else do we have in this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're good to it. We're good. Before we end this one here, I do want to bring that up. I just wanted to kind of go off of political shit tonight, have a good little bit of time, and talk about some more random shit. Get some things out there, just kind of probe your brains, make you think outside the box for more than what we normally do here. But yeah, technology is moving at an incredible pace. Humankind, we are advancing. What we are becoming, I can't fucking say. I mean, look at it right now. We're going 3,117 miles per hour through space just to slingshot around the fucking moon and come back. Now, we ain't done this shit since the 60s, motherfuckers. This is a big moment. Now, again, there is a theory here, and it's a wild one, but they're sending these people out here because they are like first-generation alien-human hybrids that they've been able to successfully cultivate, and they're sending them out there to, on the other side of the moon, to interact with aliens that have made a base on the... You're going too far with it. It's fun to think about, but you're going way too fucking far with it. But then again, that actually could be true. We went to the moon, started talking about the dark side of the moon, and then just like everybody said, never again. It is a little bit weird though, isn't it? But here we are, doing this shit again. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have our members only coming up tomorrow. We got some things to we'll probably do a little bit of deep dive kind of situation like this on a few topics. We'll throw you some things and get you caught up on some other little stories here. I just wanted to throw something different at you guys tonight because humankind, I say it's too stupid to exist. And largely I'm right. But with things like this, it is too stupid to exist if you're going to go ahead and create another sentient being that's infinitely better than you at any given point. Yeah, I mean, the only thing from that is to, do what modern man did with Cro-Magnon man. We're smarter, we're faster, we're stronger, we're better. We're giving silicone the ability to actually think. We're giving silicone biological fucking components now. We're getting close to printing a human fucking being. What the fuck are we doing, mankind? You really want us to end, don't you? Just pushing ourselves to that location? I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope the Artemis 2 program goes good. I hope they make it back safely and nothing actually happens. Like I said, we'll keep this feed going here when we do ours. Just in case something happens, we can see it along the way. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I have got to get out of here. We got members only coming up tomorrow. Let's see who is still alive at this point in time right now. Take a look. I have no idea. Oh, we don't have anybody. Well, fuck it. We'll go to third rail then. They're up. They're going around. Control C. Raid. All right, so we got the raid ready. We're going to go over to third rail. If y'all go ahead and decompress more than you already have, because we didn't get into anything really tonight. Nothing really, and I hope you guys enjoyed the night. You know, Jennifer was asking for some random ass stories. You got your random ass stories, man. But here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the fuck out of every single one of you, and I hope mankind can do better than it has been doing. Maybe we'll see. But until tomorrow night for the members only, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
And y'all don't know that I'm a soldier. I always felt like I'm alone when everybody thinks they know ya, and y'all don't even know I own ya. And now I'm ready taking over, 'cause every day I'm getting closer. Just look at everything I'll show ya. And now I'm ready, I'ma blow up.